Hello. Happy Pride, readers.
Welcome to the first annual Pride
Book
Fest.
My name is Jacob Demlow. My pronouns are he and they.
And I am Stephen Salvatore, and my pronouns are they, them, and he, him. And we are the co-founders of Pride Book Fest. And we're being super extra right now because
this is the first thing.
This is it. This
is the first thing.
This is the whole thing. This is everything that we have been working toward for months. And let me tell you, it has been a whole journey.
A whole fun, exciting, thrilling journey.
Yes. So I thought that maybe, we would just talk a little bit about how things got started so that maybe we can set the mood right for the weekend.
Okay, we love a mood setting.
I mean, I love a good mood. So I don't know, Jacob, do you want to?
I will take the first bit of that.
All right,
we didn't know each other before February.
No, I knew of you just because of your social media presence.
When I knew of you because of your book, and I had read your book, the beginning, I got an arc of it, and I loved it. And I was like, so my first interaction, I think, with you was letting you know how much I loved your book. And I was just like, hey, I'm willing to do whatever you need. What do you need help with? What can I do? And then probably mid-February, you reached out to me and were like, would you want to do an event? And of course I said yes, because how exciting. And so then we did that event in the first week of March. I think it was the 10th. I don't know why the 10th.
It was the 10th. I know. I don't know. Time makes no sense. I say this all the time, but literally nothing makes sense anymore.
And then so we did the event. It was so much fun. It was so great. And then we were just DMing after. And you mentioned that you had this dream or thought or want to start or have maybe not even start. Maybe you never wanted to start. And maybe I forced you into this. Who knows? You had said you hoped at one point there would be a queer book festival dedicated to just queer lit. And I mean, my entire everything is dedicated to all things queer. I'm a theater producer, director.
Look at your wall behind you.
Right. But even just outside of that, everything I've worked for, even before I got into books, all I want to do is queer theater. And so I was like, great, that sounds like something I want to do as well. And I think 2-3 days later, we were on a Zoom call talking about it.
Yeah. Jacob was very much like, okay, we're going to get this done. He's very type A, we're going to do this, this, and this. We're going to get on a Zoom. If you want to do this, let's do this. And meanwhile, I'm over here I have this idea. I am very scared of executing. I don't know what I am doing. All I know is that I have some author contacts, and let's see where we go from there. So that's pretty much how everything came together, is who do I know? Who does Jacob know? Who can we get on board that can help us build this out? And honestly, I think when we first started, we were like, oh, this is going to be a cute little thing. If we have 5 to 10 videos, we're going to be
that would be
perfect.
10 people with 10 panels would be amazing, with 3 or 4 people on them. We thought we were going to get 30, 40 people, maybe tops. We were that would have been amazing. Our dream was
I think 30, 40 people was something that I didn't even think that we could get. That felt really big. And now, Jacob just told me, I think we have over 35 hours of content this weekend.
Definitely 35 hours of the raw footage.
Okay. So 35 raw hours. So with the stuff that ends up on the cutting room floor, but still, that's a lot of hours of content. So everybody out there who's tuning in this weekend right now to check out Pride Book Fest, we have a lot of stuff coming. And it's really, really exciting. We have over 110 LGBTQ plus creators, New York Times bestselling authors, comic book writers and graphic novel writers and illustrators. We have film directors, we have librarians, we have book talkers, we have bookstagrammers, we have booksellers, we have literary agents, we have editors, any part of the publishing experience that you can think of, we have at our first weekend. So this is
Stephen, tell everyone, what is the panel you're most excited about?
Oof. Okay. So honestly, it's so hard to pick just one. When I tell you that I was hardcore geeking out at the storytelling and queer narratives in graphic novels and comics panel, that to me was just, I don't know. It was this like weird out of body experience. I mean, we have the writer of the new gay Captain America comic, Josh Trujillo. Like we like just so many up and coming queer legends in the industry, and I'm just gonna call them legends. I don't even know if like that's the correct term, because I feel like maybe you have to be a little bit older to be a legend. But listen, when we haven't had the opportunity or the space yet, just because there have been so few of us, like all the up and coming people and people who have been in the industry for even a short amount of time, you know, comparatively, are legends. So that is one that I'm really excited about. I am very, very excited about the writing through grief. I know that's like that maybe seems like a weird thing to be excited about, like a panel about grief, but it was just a great, I don't know how you felt when we were recording that, but when Jacob and I were backstage, which kind of happened like through every single panel, Jacob and I would be texting each other being like, oh my God, this is the best thing that we've ever seen ever in our lives. But to have a panel that focuses on mental health and the process of writing through hardships and grief and those really difficult moments, and how writers do that and incorporate that in healthy ways, I think was really powerful for me. I didn't necessarily anticipate it being so powerful, but I'm a big advocate of mental health. So that was great. And that's on Saturday. So the graphic novel panel that I mentioned is today on Friday. The writing through grief is tomorrow on Saturday. And I'm just going to pick another one from Sunday because I'm just going to talk about my favorites. So I think, oh God, Sunday's difficult because there are so many. There's the 2 fantasy panels back to back. There's the queer coded monsters, villains, and machines. But honestly, I think the changing landscape of queer lit with David Levithan and Melinda Lowe and Alex Sanchez and Ryan Douglas and Kelly Quinlan and Nita Tyndall, like that was such a great panel. Just because you have 3 OGs of like modern contemporary queer lit, really leading the charge. So that was really special. And the Sapphic Christmas panel, there's just so many. I don't know. What about you, Jacob?
Well, I mean, one of my things I'm most excited about, because I think it was one of the first things that I mentioned to you when we first started talking about this. And it's something it was the core of this idea for me wanting to do anything, was a drag story time. And like, I've been wanting to, basically the entirety of lockdown, have been wanting to put together a virtual drag story time. So that's one thing I'm so excited to be sharing with people.
Yes, and that is Saturday and Sunday.
We have 2 different sessions, which is so exciting. Drag queens from literally all over the world. We have a drag queen from the UK, from several places in the States, which is really exciting. And then another one that it's today, and it kind of partners with one of the ones you were excited about today, is the queer joy and geek culture.
Yes.
Because on the flip side of the grief one, I don't think it's the complete opposite end of that. I think during that we were doubled over. We could not, it was hysterical. The absolute pure gay chaos that ensued in that panel. And it's one of the most joyful experiences I've had in a long time, just getting to watch those authors and Greg, and it was just incredible. It was so wonderful. I'm also just Sunday night, our very final panel is the In Our Words, which is about the Bold Strokes anthology that's coming out.
Yes.
And that was just such a really powerful and vulnerable conversation that I really think is going to resonate with a lot of people. So I'm very excited for that one.
Yes, absolutely. That was some nice little strategic scheduling, like end it on a very powerful, potent note.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really nice way to sort of bring it on home.
Yeah. Well, and I think that anthology is so exciting and so important. And so I'm excited that we have all of those authors, because we got very lucky with the number of people that said yes to us.
Yes, we really, really did. And speaking of that panel, we have some giveaways going on specifically for that anthology, but we also have giveaways across not every panel, but most of the panels. Some of them are signed book giveaways. Some of them are not signed book giveaways, but we do have opportunities for you to get books from many, many of these authors.
And all you have to do is check out any of our social medias to find out more about giveaways. We will have links to all of the panels. I mean, if you have any questions about anything, most of them can be answered if you just check out our Twitter or Instagram at Pride Book Fest.
Yes, absolutely. And yeah, so what is coming up today? Like right after this, where are we taking all of you out there?
Our very first panel is one that I'm so excited. It was so wholesome when we recorded it. Is the queer middle grade panel. Like, it was just, I think that's such an exciting and growing demographic within queer lit, kid lit especially. And to hear, those authors talk about their experiences writing middle grade as queer authors was really special. So that's the first thing coming up right after this. You can literally click over as soon as this is over in just a few minutes and see that.
Yes. And after that, we have our first outburst with the Gleason Rainbow Library. Directly following that, we have Politics and Queer Activism in Young Adult Lit, which I will be on with Cameron Garrett and Daniela Lehman and Abdi Nazimian and Jasper Sanchez. And that I'm really excited about. After that, Geek Culture and Queer Joy, which Jacob was just talking about. Then we have the graphic novel and comics panel. Then after that, we have How to Craft Complex Queer Characters with Leah Johnson and Adam Silvera and Phil Stamper and Marco Shiro. And with that, if anybody out there is a querying queer writer, we're doing a query critique giveaway. So stay tuned for that. And then we have our first live event tonight at 7 p.m. with Jason June and Cameron Garrett. Let's talk about sex positivity. And then after that, we have Nuance and Bidentity in publishing, which is really, really exciting. Really talks about, bi erasure and a lot of biphobia by a panel of bi authors, which is really fantastic. And after that, you can catch Jacob, on this way. You can catch Jacob on Instagram Live with Aaron H. Aceves, who is on the Nuance and Bidentity panel. And they'll do a debrief and just have a nice little fun, no stakes conversation. So we will have some more live events and Instagram lives and lots of really great content coming up. So stay tuned, and I hope you enjoy everything.
For the whole schedule for the whole entire weekend, you can find it on our Twitter and Instagram at Pride Book Fest. Once again, any questions you might have, you can find over there.
Yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button and have a great Pride. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride and enjoy.
Yes.
Amazing. Cool.
Right.
I just wanted, just because he was very clear about Aaron H. Aceves.
Yes.
I wanted to be sure. Cool. But other than that, there's no edits, which is amazing.
No edits at all. And that's a really quick cut.
Amazing. Yep.